Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So glad that you're here. Y'all, today is another day in the garden on the homestead, and today is all about just getting some stuff done. I got a to-do list and I am just like boom, boom, boom. We about to check some stuff off. So I thought I'd turn on the camera so we can chit chat while I do my garden to-do list. I hope that your week is going well whenever you see this. I hope that your November is starting off very, very amazing. I'm glad to be home. I'm glad for beautiful weather, just all the things. And this, again, I've said it over and over, this is the perfect time of year to have a garden because it is no fuss and it's beautiful weather. If you're brand new here, thank you for stopping by. Let me know that you're new by just saying hello in the comments and tell me what state or country you're coming in from so that I can say hello back. And certainly, if this is the kind of content that you love, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel and be a part of this community. I have the most amazing community on YouTube. So if you're amazing, that you're gonna fit in real good right around here. So y'all, the first thing we got on our list today is we're gonna be mulching our garlic beds. I did a video a couple of weeks ago about planting garlic, and in that video I addressed the top 5 questions when it comes to planting garlic, and you saw me plant my garlic. But one thing that I did not do when I did that video is that I did not add mulch or a layer of protection over my garlic. That's very, very important. I actually did that before I was on my way out of town. I knew that it would be fine while I was gone. But before the weather really starts to change and to dip, we're estimated to have our first frost in about 5 to 6 days, is what the weather forecast is saying. It was supposed to be October the 19th. That day has come and gone. I'm in Tennessee in zone 7B. So before the weather dips, we're going to add in our mulch. And what I'm going to use is what I traditionally use are just pine shavings. You can get them from Tractor Supply. You could also use leaves. You could use straw. You could use hay. You could use a number of things, right? Is whatever you have on hand. Just try to get something that you know that's going to be, of course, weed free. So we're going to do that. And then we're also going to plant some more things. I know I'm always planting. I'm always harvesting because that's what gardeners do. Okay, that's what gardeners do. So my husband is cutting the grass. I think it may be our final time before the weather change. We'll see. But I told my husband, I was like, oh, I can't believe it. I thought we were done the last time, but we were not. Grass is still growing. So that's all good. So let us grab our stuff and let's go ahead and get ready to mulch our beds. Okay, just like a damsel in distress, my husband has come through on his shining white horse, i.e. his lawnmower, and he is going to help me get this in here. Okay, so as he's doing that, so the reason why it's important to mulch or cover your garlic is, one, to help protect it from the cold temperatures. So as you know, garlic is going to hang out in these beds for the next 6 to 7 months. And so garlic has to go through a period of what they call vernalization, which means it gets cold, it goes through that period, and then once the spring comes, it will start to sprout and it will start to grow. But it has to have that cold period in order for it to sprout. Like I said, it's called vernalization, but that's just a big fancy word for it needs to be cold before it will sprout. So you want to make sure that you're getting your garlic in, usually in the months between September and November. So at the time of this video, if you have not done your garlic, you're not late. You can still get it in, but I would say try to get it in the month of November. What you don't want to do is wait till like April and think you're going to plant your garlic and have some. It needs to go through that cold period. Now, ideally, you want your garlic planted at least, 2 to 3 weeks before your first frost so it can start to establish some roots. Now, I planted this garlic, 2 weeks ago, and we still have not had our first frost as of yet. It's supposed to happen next week. We'll see what happens, but I'm not overly concerned about it. I've never had an issue with garlic whatsoever. Oh, it took that whole bag?
It didn't take the whole bag. I just dumped the whole bag, and I realized I'm going to have to.
Okay, I didn't think it was going to take the whole bag, but okay. But basically, you just want to have a thick layer to protect it. Now, you don't want to have it so thick that the garlic cannot sprout through and emerge, but a nice thick layer will keep this all protected when the ground and stuff starts to freeze. One of the things when it comes to garlic is that it can withstand snow, cold temperatures, and all of that. When the weather forecast dips really, really down in this area, and dipping down for us means, you know, like single digits, which we don't get often, but we usually have a period of a week or 2 weeks where it will get single digits. I do not ever worry about covering my garlic. I've never ever covered my garlic, right? Now I may come and run in the tunnel and cover some things in there, but the garlic is always fine. I've had snow on top of it. All of it is 100% fine, but just make sure that you mulch it and protect it. So if you have not done that, then go ahead and do that step before it gets really cold in your area. So we're going to spray it. I think we will have some left over that we can probably pull over there because what I'm seeing that's flat is probably enough to cover. Now, this bag of pond shavings, like I said, I get it from Tractor Supply. I've been doing this for the last 4 years, and it's amazing of inflation. Because when I first started buying these bags, they were like $3.19. Now I think one bag is like $7 or $8. Highway robbery. But for me, I have not found anything else in my area that I can use. We don't have a ton of leaves that we can shred. We don't have a leaf shredder or a leaf mulcher or anything like that. So this is the most practical way for me. And actually, these bags were actually some that I bought last year and had an excess of, so I haven't even had to buy it this year. But at the most, I might buy 2 or 3 bags of this a year because I'm only using it for my garlic per se. And so again, not a huge cost, but compared to the fact that it used to be $3 and now it's almost $8 a bag, inflation. So we're going to cover this bed. This bed has garlic, and then also this bed over here has garlic. Now, on the last video on the garlic, I planted these 2 beds. What you didn't see is that earlier this week, I actually came out here and planted what I call bed number 4. So I have 5 raised beds out here, and I just call them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I go from the left and work myself down. But in this bed here, I went ahead and planted more garlic this week. So if you remember on that video that I did, I thought I was going to have enough garlic for 3 beds, and I didn't. It was only enough for 2. And so while I was gone, I actually ended up ordering more garlic. This time I ordered it from Keene Garlic, Keene. And I ordered the red chestnut. That was really the only thing that I could find that I liked. The Georgian Crystal was out. A lot of things were sold out, but they did still have garlic. So I ordered a half a pound, and I was able to get 2 rows of garlic in this bed here that's bare. Also, what you didn't see is that in the back of that bed, I have a little surprise that I hope will be there in the spring, is that I planted some tulips. I've never done tulips before. This is my first time, again, overwintering them. So they're planted at the edge of the bed. If all goes well, then they will spring up in the spring. And then the tulips will be there, just 2 rows. And then the other half of that bed is empty. So that should be good to go. Do we have another bag?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have another bag in there. So that part will be done. And then, so what we're going to do next is we're actually going to plant some more carrots. Let's go over to bed number 1 and let me show you what's going on over there and where we're going to add in some additional stuff. So I'm going to sow some carrots in this bed. So if you remember, if you've been here along the edge, we had our jalapeno peppers here. So we took those out early this week and got the final harvest on those. So because I have stuff in this bed, I have some calendula. It hasn't started to flower yet. Maybe it will. I don't know. I have some violas, I have some alyssum, and I have some onions that I'm trying. And then we also planted together some radishes and some beets. So because this bed already has stuff in it, I'm just going to take the opportunity to put more stuff in it, like carrots, because it's already planted. Now, normally, if you know, I don't normally plant in my backyard during the fall and winter because, one, I don't want to have to come out here and deal with it. I have enough food that I can do in my hot tunnel. But again, because this bed already has stuff in it, I figured why not and just utilize the space. The things that I have in it, again, are going to be good because this bed is actually going to be used for onions in the spring. And so I intentionally put stuff in here that I knew would be done by then, which is like the February time frame. So the calendula, that was an experiment to see if I can grow calendula in the fall. It is growing quite nicely. Again, it hasn't flowered yet, and calendula is good to about 25 degrees. We'll see what happens, or if I get some calendula before it gets to that temperature. If not, no big deal. The onions, I'm trying for the first time as an experiment. The violas should be fine. The alyssum will be fine. And the beets and the radishes should be fine. My goal is to not have to come out here and cover anything. And then, of course, if the carrots take, they will be fine. So I did plant carrots along that other edge. I have a few coming up, but I didn't have good germination because one of the things I've told you about carrots is that they need to be overhead watered. Even though we have drip in this bed, we don't have the drip on right now because with this particular drip system in the back of the house, I cannot isolate beds. If I turn it on, then all the beds are going to come on, and I don't want my garlic to get wet because garlic doesn't need to be watered on a frequent basis. And so I'm actually just watering this bed by hand, but because I was gone, I did not have my son water this bed every day. I wanted to see what would happen, and it happened just like I thought. The carrots didn't germinate as well because until they germinate, they really need to have overhead water and not rely on drip or rain or things like that. So we're going to try it again since we got time and space, and we're going to do some carrots just along the edge right here. If you've been around here, you know I hate to see empty beds, especially when it's already partially planted. I'm like, oh, that's just easy open space. We must do something with it. So that's why I decided to go ahead and try to get me some more carrots in right here. Now, if I didn't have anything in this bed at all, like that's how it is most years, then I probably wouldn't worry about it. But once I start a bed, I'm like, let's fill the whole bed up. But the point is that if you have little nooks and crannies, let's say you have a bed out and it's, you know, already fully planted, but you have some spaces along the edge or in between some crops. Carrots are a great way to do what we call interplanting. Basically, you're just interplanting in between something else. Because remember, carrots are going to grow down. And so if you're growing something that's growing above the ground, like lettuce or cilantro or things like that, those are good companions for carrots. And you can pop a seed in between crops. And again, maximizing your bed space, and you get more food. In this day and age where we are with society and food prices and shortages and things like that, I think having more food than less food is always a win. So I just take every opportunity that I can to maximize food production at all costs. And another thing, when it comes to carrots, you can store them for 9 months to a year. Now, if you're like, what? I didn't know that. I have a whole video about how I store carrots for up to a year. They still look good. They're crunchy, all the things. And so it is a great storage crop. So I cannot say enough good things about carrots. One, they can fit in just about any space. Two, they're a great companion plant for most things. And then three, they store really, really well. And then if I had to add a fourth one is if we needed another one, carrots are also versatile. Obviously, you can eat them raw in salads and you can cut them into little discs. You can shred them. You can shred them and freeze them and use for later. You can use the skins or the scraps for veggie broth. You can use them in stews. You can use them in, what is that called? The three mix, starts with the M. I can't remember, but it's like the onions, the carrots, and the celery, like that whole three combination. And then you can also cook the carrots. You can make a carrot souffle. You can do sweet glazed carrots, which are great for like anytime, but also a lot of people will do that for for holidays like Thanksgiving. You can do some glazed carrots with like a maple glaze. You can also season them in a spicy way with a little bit of cayenne pepper, or you can do something more savory with like rosemary and thyme. So again, carrots are by far one of the best crops that you can grow in the fall and winter, and pretty easy to do. Now also, if you need help with how to grow carrots successfully and not get those little pencil carrots and get Bugs Bunny carrots, I did a whole video on that earlier at the beginning of the fall about how to grow carrots. Plus I have a lot of other content about carrots as well. So I'll try to pop those up there that you can enjoy after this video. Okay guys, it is the next day. Plans changed. And so the next thing that we were gonna do in the video was we were gonna go down to the tunnel and we were gonna plant our next succession of fall plants. And I wanted to show you what those look like, and we were going to talk about where we're going to plant. So I'm going to have to delay that, and we'll have to do that probably in another week or so. Here's the reason why. Y'all, I just looked at the forecast, and apparently we have an Arctic blast coming in 72 hours. Yes, in 72 hours. Okay, y'all. So apparently we have an Arctic blast headed our way in the next 72 hours. So just to kind of tell you the difference in temperature, like today it was 71. So it was very pleasant today, very beautiful. And it's been like 70 for the past 2 to 3 days. Well, in the next 72 hours, the temperatures are going to drop. I think the first day drop is like 59 is the high. Not too bad. But then the next day, the high is like 30. The high. And it's going to get down to, I think, like 24 or 20. Yeah, 24, 25 degrees. So I'm like, okay, let me shift gears. So my plants that are already in the high tunnel, I feel good about those, except maybe the lettuce. Again, lettuce is good at 20 degrees, but just to be on the safe side, I may still cover it if it's going to be 24. We'll see. I'll definitely take you along as we do prepping for the winter. But with my seedlings that I was going to plant, I would rather not plant those when I know for a fact, you know, by the time that I plant them in 2 to 3 days, the temperatures are going to be that low and that drastic. Now, for the stuff that's already in there, it's been in there for months. It's well established. And you guys saw on a previous video this week, we did our first fall harvest. So I'm less concerned about that. But for the seedlings, they're about 4 weeks old. And so they're still relatively small, and so I would rather just put them in the ground when I know the temperature is going to be kind of consistent and stable fall temperatures, not winter temperatures. So let me take a moment before we go any further in the video, and let me take a moment and insert some footage of my seedlings that we're about to go outside and plant until I realize, hey, wait a minute, let me check the weather, and we put a pause on it. So let me let you look at the seedlings right here. We have 2 trays of seedlings that were up potted. And so we have broccoli, we have cabbage, we have collards, we have lettuce, arugula, and then 2 new kinds of kale. And then also we have some spinach right here as well. As you can see, everything is looking good. No issues whatsoever, but there are some things that I'm noticing that I'm going to talk to you about. If you remember, if you were here, we started those seeds about 4 weeks ago, and then we up potted them about 2 weeks ago, right before I went out of town. And so now they're about 4 weeks old. They look good. Now, one thing I will tell you is that, and this is like just a sidebar, a commercial, and I'm going to do a video on this, hopefully this upcoming fall and winter, is y'all that soil matters. Let me tell you something. Soil matters, because even though those seedlings look good, to me, they don't look great. Now, they don't look bad at all, but I notice a huge difference of how my seedlings normally look. And the difference is because I used a different soil. And do I want to show you the soil that I use? Because I'm really not trying to bash anybody. That's not really what I'm here to do. But it is amazing to me. And again, this is not anything new. I already know soil matters. But for me to be able to see the visible difference, I'm not going to even walk over there to it. It's this bag back there. So let me tell you what happened. So y'all know I'm very particular about the soil that I use. And because I know how important soil is, right? You have to build up your soil health in your beds. And when you're buying, outside soil, you need to get the best that your money can buy. Now, I realize that everybody is on a budget and that you may not be able to spend $12 a bag for soil. I completely understand that, right? I've been there before. I completely get it. So you buy the best that you can, but just know that there is a difference in soil. And if you're going to buy a cheaper brand, you're going to have to do some extra stuff to amend that soil and try to get it up to par. Okay. So there's only 3 kind of soils that I primarily use, but I ran out of soil, right? And I needed to up pot this stuff before I left. So let me just kind of tell you the backstory. We were getting ready to go out of town for 10 days, right? And so remember, those seedlings were in little 6 cell trays. I knew that me being gone for 2 weeks, if I kept them in there, they were going to get stagnated and not grow as well. So they needed to be up potted, right? And so I was literally down to the wire. I did not have enough soil to complete the job. And so the nurseries were closed. I could not get to the nurseries. They closed at 5 o'clock. And so I had to go to Home Depot and get some soil. I don't like doing that, but I was up between a rock and a hard place. And so I bought an organic soil, and I've bought this brand before and I've used it before. So none of what I'm saying was a surprise to me. I'm just, as I'm seeing my seedlings when I came back in town, I'm like, yep, like I'm not crazy. I know I'm right. So I wasn't surprised, but I was surprised, if that makes sense. So I bought this soil that I've bought before. And again, when you're taking out the soil of the bag, there's a difference in how it feels. This soil was very, like, it was loose, but it was very barky. It had a lot of bark. It had a lot of it wasn't nice, soft, and fluffy. Y'all know my favorite soil is Coast of Maine. That is my #1 tip-top favorite soil. It never, ever, ever disappoints, right? The other soil that I use is Backtoe and then Happy Frog. Okay, those are the 3 soils that I swear by, that I have used with excellent results. I have said that over and over and over for the last 4 years. That is not anything new. But when I got this soil and when I came home and I looked, you could just tell, like, it dries out really, really quickly. I don't know. The plants are green, but it's not like that popping green. It doesn't look like full of life. Now, you may say, them seedlings look good to me. They look good, but I have had them look better. And again, I'm not going to go on a rant, because I can go on a rant. I know it's because of the soil. Are the plants going to be fine? They're going to be just fine. Will they produce food? Yes, they're going to produce food, because once we're able to put them in the ground, they're going to be in beds with much better soil. And of course, I'll amend. Now, I have been fertilizing these. I fertilized them before I left, and I've fertilized them since I've come back. And so they good, but they ain't great. I'm just going to leave it at that. If you understand what I mean, just say you understand, okay? If you don't understand, I don't know what to tell you, okay? I don't know what to tell you. Another thing is, I'm sitting over here by my green stalks. Like, my green stalk looks good. It is doing great for the fall. You can see I got lettuce that I could pick. I got kale. Like, we got all the things. The alyssum is popping, so it's doing great. This one right here is, you can see it's not as full as this one. Now, it's probably maybe a week behind that one, but there's different soil in here than there is in that one, okay? This soil has been established, right? And so we added compost to it back in the spring, right? But the soil that was there from last summer, and we added compost to the top, and it's gone through spring, summer, and now fall. I did add a little bit more compost to this, but you can tell the difference. Versus, this is the newest green stalk that I got. And so it has, what I say, fresh soil, meaning it has not been used before. So just from this alone, you can tell there is a difference, y'all. Soil matters. It matters. That's not what I came on here to talk about today. It just kind of happened because I want to do a whole video on this soil business, because I get asked, that's one of the #1 questions I get asked all the time. What soil do you use? It matters. Okay. It matters. Okay. So we can't do putting the seedlings in the ground. And I'm about to lose daylight in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So I think what I'm going to do now is I want to give you guys some announcements. If you're still here, good for you, because you're about to get these announcements. And let me tell you what's going on next week and some things to look forward to. So announcement number one is this, is that I am doing a giveaway that's going to start on November the 10th. So probably by the time you see this video, it'll be the following week. So the giveaway is going to be for Vego Garden Elevated Raised Bed. My absolute favorite. The giveaway is going to go from November the 10th through November the 16th. And then I will announce the winner on November the 17th. Okay, so again, the video that will come out on November the 10th will explain the details of the giveaway and what you have to do. Okay, that's when it officially starts. So I'm not going to go through the details now, but just know that it's coming. That is what the prize is. And those are the dates, November 10th through 16th. The winner will be announced on November the 17th. So that's announcement number one. Announcement number two is this, is that I have started to do garden consultation sessions. It is a new service that I'm offering. And if you are local to me, then I will come in person to your house and we will talk about your garden planning and design. So if you are struggling with, okay, where do I put this? How do I build not how to build the garden beds physically, but how do I design my garden beds in terms of where I put things, where companion planting, what should I grow each season, like all of those things, or just, hey, I don't know how to get started, then that service is for you. Now, I will also offer this virtually. It'll be packaged a little bit differently because obviously I can't come to your house. But if you need help planning your garden for the spring or summer of next year, and you want to talk through your plan, where things are going to go, what varieties, what you're going to do, one-on-one with me, then I do offer that service. You can go to my website, livingfoodsfarm.com, and then click on the tab that says work with me. The way it's going to work is that you set up first a 15-minute discovery call. That call is completely free. That call is not to plan your garden. That call is not to get into a deep dive. That call is to see what you need help with and to make sure that I have the right service that I can help you, okay? So, for example, let's say you want to talk about native plants and you want to build a native plant area in your backyard. That's not my specialty, right? So then I would not set you up for the next step, which is a paid consultation. Does that make sense? So if you have a question and you want to see if this is a good fit for you, you can go to the website, you can click on the link and find you a 15-minute free discovery call to see if we can work together. Now, past that, it is a paid service. Okay, it's not free. Like the consultation is not for free. The design is not for free. None of that's for free. Okay, now, all of this is completely optional and I'm offering it as a service because some people work better one-on-one and you want my undivided attention and expert help. If that is you, the service is for you. If you're like, look, I don't want to pay for that, honey, brother, sister, you don't have to pay. Just keep showing up on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and keep watching this free content. There's something for everybody, okay? There is something for everybody. I'm just wanting to let you know. So that is a service that I'm offering. Go to the website, livingfoodsfarm.com, and then click on the tab that says work with me. And read the details. It'll explain it all to you, okay? So that's announcement number two. Announcement number three is this, is that we have a sale that is going on starting on next week. All of our digital courses that I have done will be on sale, and I think it's going to be 30% off. I will put a flyer in the group, but just if you want to go ahead and get your mind and go look at the website and see what courses I've done. I have sourdough, I have water bath canning, pressure canning, fall garden planting, and then there's another garden. I think there's 5 or 6 courses that I have done. They are digital replays. So this is a good time of the year in the fall and the winter if you want to catch up on your knowledge, if you want to learn how to can, learn how to do sourdough, do all the things. You'll get the entire replay of the class and you will also get a digital guidebook, okay? A digital guidebook for whatever the subject is. The guidebooks are in color. They're very thorough. They're very comprehensive. And so you'll be able to buy any and every course for 30% off. And that will be starting on Monday and that will go for a week. So that is announcement number 3. last and final announcement, and this is a reminder, or it is an announcement if you're brand new to my channel. If you like this content, and if you know that you want more, like you want to be able to ask questions that maybe you can't ask in the comments because you don't know if I'm going to be able to reply, or because it's too complex, whatever it is, I do have a YouTube membership that you can join. It is $4.99 a month. You can cancel at any time, so there is no contract or obligation passed whenever you want to be in there. So in the YouTube membership, you get a monthly live Q&A with me. And so every month I go live in the member community, and they get a chance to ask me whatever questions they have. And we spend an hour together, and we have a good time and get all their questions answered. They also get priority reply to comments. And so if you're a member, your comment is definitely going to be replied to at any time of the day or whenever you post it and all that good stuff. Also, they get 10% off in the shop. So just like the sale that I just mentioned, 30% off on the courses, they're going to get an additional 10% off. Whatever it is that we're doing is an additional 10% off anything in our Living Foods Farm shop. Also, they get their own member community group on YouTube. So we have conversations, and they know about stuff ahead of time before you guys do. And then they also get member only videos, and then also they get early access to videos. So usually they will get the drop of whatever videos I'm posting several hours before you guys see it public. So if you're interested in that, I will put the link up at the top and pin the comment where you can join the membership. It's $4.99 a month, and you can cancel at any time. Last and final announcement: jalapeno salt is back in stock. Okay, y'all been blowing me up. It's back in stock. We have a limited supply. So what I'm doing is, because we're still like y'all, we're making it every single day. So I have a batch that I've put out there. So hopefully by the time you see this video, well, let me say this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it available on the day that this video is going to be posted. That is what I'm going to do. So by the time you see the video, if you see it on the day that it came out and it's gone, I don't know what to tell you. Okay? I don't know what to tell you, because I told y'all guys it was going to be on Friday. So I'm a woman of my word. The jalapeno salt will be back in stock on Friday, and we will keep updating the stock all next week. My theory is that by the end of next week, by the 16th or 17th, it will probably be sold out. That is my theory at the rate that you guys have been buying it. That's all good. Now just remember, 2 got my name on it, okay? Because remember, I told you last year, my husband sold every last bottle and gave away. I had 2 bottles to the reserve for me, and he sold them to somebody. And when I ran out of jalapeno salt in like April, I was not happy. Not happy. So 2 got my name on it, okay? So however many we produce, I'm taking 2 off the top. It ain't gonna even be on the website. I'm gonna hide them from my husband so that nobody gets my jalapeno salt. But anyway, y'all, the video didn't necessarily pan out the way I had planned it, but that's okay. We still got a chance to hang out. We got a chance to talk. You saw me do a few things. You saw me rant about the soil, and you got all these announcements. So thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love you lots. Remember, y'all, this is all a journey. Let's grow together. I'll see you next time, friend.